Back. Doing cancer.
Lady.
These bastards are working with Ramsay and the Duke of Serkonos. Traitors.
Throne room blocked off. We should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by.
Let's see.
That sounded like
here.
broken glass.
I'll just check what that was.
We're playing the goof. Yeah, we're gonna skip the animation with fire. You heard I got hit by the fire. It's my best Emily impression I can give you. Can you make the impression when Emily gets hit by a fire?
Wow.
Now you've got what you wanted, Ramsay. The Imperials. I have a feeling I'll...
Really fast. Gucci gang. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Whatever happened to that dude anyway? Did he just... Was he one Gucci gang
Until I
miracle?
understand this, I have to go into hiding.
Lil Pump, I think.
I should make my way to the docks.
I'm sure he tried to come up with other songs too. That's what they always try. Oh wow, okay, whatever. I was going way too much to the left, I think.
Came here to
Don't. Oh, good. Oof. As long as she doesn't give us the dialogue, we're all good.
Lady Emily.
That would have been close to gold, if not gold. That would have been gold, definitely.
1v1 me,
Too bad.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Ba 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 da ba 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 bee bo ba da ba
Am I
ba
still
ba.
aboard Megan's ship? Feels...
I
can feel
play
something moving
Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. Don't take.
No.
World record is
Whatever
1
you're
second away.
offering, I can make
35,
my
34.
own way.
I had a 35, 35. You only got a 35, 34, and now we're trying to get at least a 35, 33.
All the stories,
So yeah,
they're true.
Ricky. I need to save 2 seconds, so it's not overly hard. I already finished one run with 35, 36 because I didn't practice the last mission at all, so it didn't end up that good. Surprise! Practice is good, guys. Do some practice. This isn't a highly competed thing, and it's not. Like, the route could totally use some work still, but it's pretty good. I like it. I like the route. Like it's like pretty good. It's good enough. If you have no powers, I mean, you select the powers there at the end, and they just get turned into coins anyway. I mean, I don't know what else they could have placed in the place there. I mean, the runes do exist in the game anyway,
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
even when you don't have powers. The weird
go
thing
see
is that
the
the
streets
mana
where I
potions
fought
do
everyone.
exist as well. I guess it's
Off we
canon.
go. It won't do
Mana
to be
potions would still be there, maybe? I mean... But yeah, you can collect the runes even without powers and you get monies. We used to actually use quite a bit of those. We used to collect quite a few runes because they gave you so much money, and we used to have to buy a lot of stuff, like stun mines and some other stuff for this route, but it's changed over the time, so we don't have to do that anymore, which is good. Because, I mean, obviously, go to the shop wastes time, so This is like the hardest fucking leap in this game. Or in this route. It's really precise. There we go. And then you have to move in a very specific way, otherwise you get notched off, and it's a big bummer. Is that gold? Maybe. Maybe. At least we should save time. Nice. But this is one of those runs that is not that, like... There's only really 3 runs in this. This is with glitches. They're a glitchless run. I mean... You can do it if you want. It's kind of boring. We used to do it because we didn't have... Before we had leaps, we didn't have any of these kill methods or anything. So, the first NPNLGs were pretty much glitchless. We didn't have anything. I mean... Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do even these, so kind of waste of time, I guess. There's a reason why these are very good. It's because doing this without is actually really painful. Also, what the fuck's up with this leap? I don't know why I'm struggling with it now. Hey, panda. Blood flies. Gods.
Wow.
There's no glitchless categories for this game, period. At Speedrun.com. Dishonored 1 has legacy, that's about it. This game never had that many runners that we could even have to worry about such things. And the 80% runs before leaps used other glitches already, so... Hello? No, it wouldn't be worth doing at all. It would be really boring. This was the worst run to do before leaps. This was the worst run to do before I very, very luckily figured out the Hypatia and Delilah stuff. Really a very, very boring run. Now, it's not that bad anymore. Also, fucking Christ. Like, it's way better now than it used to be. It used to be a huge pain in the dick. Like, no...
Yes. Let's get back to the ship.
It was like frustrating to watch even, and really long.
1v1 me, bitch! I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Hello, Fire Duck. How were leaps discovered? It was actually really funny. So, Bjorn was doing, how do you call it? Like a marathon thing for like 1,000 followers or something like this. It wasn't trial and error, complete luck. He was doing a marathon.
Ready?
Ready.
Marathon run. It was like second or third run or something like this. And he had the macro then. Like he didn't have the macro. No. He was using the free scroll mouse, I think, for hopping. And he, by random chance, managed to spam jump input and do an animation cancel at the boat in the first mission. I was like, what the fuck's that? And then he clipped it and went back afterwards to try it out. And that's how they were discovered. By absolute chance. If he didn't do that run, if he didn't do those runs, I don't know how long it would have taken. Is there a clip of it? Yes, it does exist. But it's, I mean... you need to go to his channel and find it out somewhere. It was pretty funny though. Because it was like, what was that? It was like a physics bug. But the thing is, because we already knew that animation cancels were a thing. Animation cancels were a thing, but we just didn't think about spamming jumps with them, so... It was just really funny that it happened to be found like that. I mean, that's how most stuff gets found, by pure chance. Emily clips were really obvious because even in casual playthroughs you might get clipped through a flaw. That happened to me several fucking times. In mission 8, I got clipped through a fucking floor like a billion times. Also, wow, nice time lost, bro. I don't know if I can do this. Can you do this jump without... Just barely. Jesus Christ. Huge time loss. Nice.
The mansion has a strange...
Would have been faster to load the save and do another leap. That is really slow. 2017. Late 2017, after summer. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. August or so. Give or take August. Somewhere around there. I mean, you can see the clip.
Alright, we need to eliminate Jindosh and find Anton Sokolov.
Oh, why did I pick up that potion again? I don't know.
Who would build something like this? And why?
I don't know if the title is anything different. It could be just the Sealathon title. The default title that he had.
You're quite close now. I can't remember any other visitor getting so far.
Do you have any world records? I mean, you can check my speedrun.com page, yeah. Speedrun.com page. I do. I think 4. Don't really keep track. 1, 2. Yeah, I think 4. Don't really run these for the recce's. This just happens to be a thing that if I PB this, it will be a recce as well, which is funny. Because I can't, unless I mean, if I tie this, it will still be a recce, I guess, so. That'd be funny. I don't have all the achievements. I don't do achievements. I don't like this game. We will be doing an all achievements run though, or like all achievements playthrough that I'm missing at some point later this month. I don't know when yet. Dude, I should go from the right side to begin with, because it's been happening constantly now. So I mean, yeah, I should do that. I'm missing still like 10 or so achievements, a bit, maybe even a bit more. I don't like the game, no. I never liked the game. Absolutely disliked it when it was out casually. I couldn't wait to finish playing it and be like done with it and then start looking for speedrun stuff because it obviously had potential. Why try to speedrun it? You're obviously... It's very easy to spot when you haven't done runs yourself. You do not need to like a game casually in order to speedrun it. There is no law saying that. There are a lot of broken, shitty, small games. Oh my... Did I press all the way? I did. Nice, good shit. There are a lot of shitty games that nobody likes casually that are still good speedruns. A lot of shitty indie bullshit games, etc. You don't need to like them in order to like the runs. These are not casual playthroughs. I don't like Dishonored 1 either. It's just not my style of game casually. But if the tech is fun enough, then it can be a fun run. Which is true in that game. Just true in this game too. Which is not true in DOTO. DOTO is the thing. I like the game casually. I don't like the runs of it because I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Because of the fact that the routing requires for you to do a lot of leaps. Which is okay. But because the runs are very short, it's very punishing. Yeah, because it's short enough. That was my point of it.
I hope you kissed your kids goodbye this morning.
Yeah, DO2 runs are really... the flow is very nice. How do you start a speedrun game? Where do you start from it? It's the same process every time. You have people that are interested in the run, you discuss with them, and it takes a couple days to figure out, you know, some glitches. Some things are more obvious than others. And then you just do runs, and then you do runs and runs and runs, and then you find minor improvements every now and then. The routing gets better, some other glitches get discovered, and then that's about it. If you're alone doing it, then you're gonna have a bad time, and it's really slow.
How is Delilah doing this?
Even if you're some master router in 15 billion video games, it can still be a bit tough. All contracts is kind of fun. It's like all collectibles, except you don't need to kill everything in Mission 5. So it's... I think all contracts is better than all collectibles. Okay, cool. With the conservatory, like, it was such a pain before I didn't realize that if you just gotta kill the dudes that use the stun grenades really fast, and then you're all good, because they sometimes stun witches into corners and stuff, and then you think they're dead, but they're not, and that's the most annoying thing about that mission on the rooftop. And going through everybody there in the rooftop, obviously slow, but if there's no stun grenades that go off, it's easy. But you know what, quite a bit, like, sort of like, you don't need to play through a game casually in order to run it. You don't need to even play through it casually to root it. Doesn't really necessarily bring anything to it. I would never do all collectibles DO2 Mission 5. Yeah, it is really dumb. It is really dumb, because they're all well bones, just happen to be fucking bone charms. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, who does that? Well, Solar, there is not a definite answer for that. Runs with no RNG can be really boring.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far
Just
as
because
I can
it's
take
a lot of people cannot take full
Let's go.
a lot of people can't take runs with no RNG because there is nobody else to blame than yourself, and you become really salty. So if you become salty at all, it's really annoying. For a lot of people, the RNG makes for a good thing. How fucking boring this game is. Yeah, the conservatory part is fucking boring. I mean, how could you forget this? Yeah, a lot of people like to scapegoat RNG. Like in this game, for example, it's really annoying for this specific category because the run dies if I don't get good Duke. There is no way around it. The run dies if I don't get good Duke. That, I don't think anybody would agree. Yeah, that's some good RNG. That's bad RNG. That's the annoying kind where your run depends on it. Generally, people don't want that sort of RNG. What they want is minor time saves and time losses that make the runs different even after a huge amount of while, and even when the route is really, you know, optimized. No, you can break a world record if RNG is involved. You can, totally you can. Why not? Thing is, most runs are not that optimized. Unless it's something like that's been routed by tens and tens of people, ran by hundreds of people, generally it's not that optimized, unless it's a really short run. There's always something you can change. Not every single run is Super Mario Odyssey or any other Super Mario game. If you pick up any random game from speedrun.com, you can most likely beat the Recce if you do anything at it. Unless it's been really... Oh god, that's horrible. Like these are really... These are good examples of games that have a stupid amount of RNG sometimes, but it doesn't really matter in the end. It's not that clear cut.
More about why Delilah can't be killed.
I wonder how they moved Prototype 3. Replaying the second game over and over, really? Damn. How was Prey to run? Broken. I mean, broken in a good way, I guess, for a lot of people. It's just that it's really broken. It's not like a bit broken, it's just like super broken. I don't know if this is gonna work. It did. Good stuff. You also gotta understand that RNG means everything. It's not just one thing, right? Anything. If guard patterns aren't always the exact same, that's already RNG. If there's randomized anything, that's RNG, right? It doesn't need to be some huge leap swing thing, right? It doesn't need to be like Duke in this game, where if Duke is in a bad spot, I lose my run. RNG is in Dust District, where we have the puzzle. Every single time, we don't know what that's going to be. There is no set answer to it. We're going to either lose a bit of time, we're going to either gain a bit of time. Very rarely do you get the exact same puzzle you already had. And it doesn't matter anyway, because you wouldn't remember it. Saves are good RNG. Exactly, that's the sort of stuff where they're randomized. In Dishonored 1, saves are not randomized. But in Dishonored 1, it means less as well, because you can clip into saves.
Ready now?
It only really matters in a couple runs. Even in 100%, you can clip into a lot of saves. You don't need to actually open them, because there's not a lot of items inside. There's just a few. But yeah, I will always say... that if there's very few runs are that optimized. That's a very weird way of looking at it. Generally, RNG isn't gonna fuck you up that much. Prototype 2, point where we played so much handicaps. Would you like the game so much? And that's good that you do. I'm just wondering, because I've never played it, so I'm wondering, like, I know what it is. I know the game, but I just don't know, what makes it so good to replay again and again. Good for you, though. That's always good. Amazing to get, good replayability out of something. Gotta save this time. We have Finch, Bird, Notio, War Medal. Finch, Bird, Notio, War Medal. Marcola, Snuffton, Conti, Ring. Marcola, Snuffton. 146. Oof. I think it's just really sick to be able to throw a guy from one end of city to another. That could be cool. I think that's why a lot of people like the Infamous series, right, as well.
I want to die.
It's kind of the same thing. Like, they apparently did the quote-unquote power fantasy, like, right? I've never played those games, but that's just what I've heard. What games do I enjoy playing? Right now I'm playing... Well, I'm not really replaying. I kind of picked up Breath of the Wild again. It's not, I enjoy most things, but... Most games, but I just don't find them super exciting.
Could that be Stilton? Collect yourself, Mr. Stilton.
Mostly for me, it's about gameplay mechanics working good and game running well. And that's about it. I don't really care for stories that much in games. RPGs are a good example of something I don't like. For example, Witcher 3, I can't stand that game. I gave it a few shots, I gave it a few tries. It's just the sort of thing. It has a lot of world building, the game runs good, the combat is just kind of whatever meh in my opinion, and I just can't get into the story. So it's very easy for me to understand why I don't like Witcher 3. Final Fantasy VII, old school RPG, happens to be one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. A lot of it has to do with nostalgia, but it is a JRPG to its core. 100%, right? So it's hard to it's hard to think because I can't stand RPGs anymore that much. Getting with most RNGs, lol. The chance you need to play with mentally handicapped kids is too high. Whoops. Damn. Speedrunning lol. Non-retarded lobby. I don't think anybody's yet completed that speedrun. Still something that people try to do.
See for yourself what they did.
Tetris nerd. Tetris great.
Like it's going to be cold tonight.
Hello?
By the void.
Mr. Stilton's given away.
You want my advice, just you have to understand.
You mean like old school Tetris? Nope, no detection. You can have one arrow. So there's the arrow that's like filling up, then there's one arrow, and then when there's 3 arrows, that's detection. One arrow means that they're like suspicious or something. Fuck. Did I did. Okay, good. You're trying to finish Breath of the Wild now. Nice. Yeah, I still have the volcano and the bird to go. Like, I'm enjoying that game on a different level. It's just, you know, I don't really like Zelda games. I don't really like open world games that much. But it does something good with the exploring. It doesn't have the open world.
Things seem to be the worst here.
Everything's filled with side quests part, you know? Like, it doesn't feel like playing an MMO constantly, which is good. Yeah, it's just that it goes from 1 to 3 really quickly. Hey, Blue Eyes. Enjoy the older ones more. I don't really. My shift in gaming has changed a lot. I buy a lot of games every year, but I don't finish all of them, even close. I just finished God of War 2018, and it's my favorite game of 2018 for sure. It took me a while to finish it, sadly. Like, I didn't play it, you know, I played it when it came out, or whenever, last year, but then I didn't finish it or anything, so I just started again. Took me like a good week and then finished it. Still end game stuff that I'm finishing on. Having a good time with it. It doesn't do, you know, everything great or anything, but it does many things pretty good. The same thing that I feel with Breath of the Wild, right? The story I couldn't give a shit about. The world building is obviously beautiful. You know, exploring is fun. Combat is kind of whatever. The whole enemy variety thing is kind of bad. The equipment being destroyed, etc., is a bit of a bummer. But you know, you get used to these sort of things. It doesn't do any single thing absolutely wonderfully, other than maybe exploration. But everything else it does good enough. Hey, Hakeem.
Wow.
It's where they made me.
4 weeks of playing, we're done. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think God of War 2018 is for everyone anyway. Like, I'm not saying that. Like, I can totally see why somebody wouldn't be into it. Like, even from very early on, I can see why somebody, like me a few years ago, I don't think I would have liked it that much. And I've never played the earlier God of War games. I emulated God of War 1 now, and it's obviously, I knew that it's a very different sort of game. It's way more hack and slashy, right? Like, that's what it is. It's more like a DMC or Bayonetta almost. It's just kill endless waves of enemies, pretty much. It's very different. If I had not spoiled the story, you would have played it. Well, I enjoyed it even though I knew how the story ends. I didn't know every single story beat. But I still enjoyed it enough.
You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away. Inside a thing made of bones. Made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah.
It's just that, you know, I enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, but there's certain elements to it that just make it really hard to enjoy.
But what comes after that?
Like, for example,
You will ever have to do.
the whole item. Like, I love how detailed it is when you skin an animal, but having to watch that animation every single time, it is kind of a bummer, you know? Like, those sort of things kind of do get on my nerves after a while. I did play it for like good 15 or something hours on stream, but like, it's a game where I'm like, even if I thought about booting it up, I would be like, oh yeah, that's a... Oh, if I want to loot enemies, I gotta go through like 50 years of animation to even loot one guy. Like, those sort of things make it a huge bummer. And also, I never played the first Red Dead Redemption that much. I didn't care for it at all.
Yes.
I borrowed it from a friend and I returned it like next week. I was like, I don't want to play this. Back in Xbox 360 era.
I want to die.
Yeah, that's very normal. I think that's what the Marvel and other superhero things, you know, they're... I'm sure there's like some primal thing that they attract on people. Same thing with games, power fantasy. You know, nobody wants to play boring games. Unless you want to play Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. Euro Truck Simulator is pretty fun though. So there's that. If I had a wheel and whatever, I would totally play that in VR. I want to get a wheel anyway. Maybe at some point during this year it would be cool to get a wheel.
Should we head toward the palace?
Like Dirt Rally and some other rally games are really nice with VR. Bus Simulator looks fun. Bro. Like, these sort of simulation games, these sort of boring, slow, like low beat, quote unquote boring games can be really fun, I'm sure. And yeah, we're just gonna get not duked. How are you doing, Hecky, by the way? Is all's good? Did you have a good weekend? Yeah, it's Duke. Like I said earlier, if we get Duke, there's nothing I can do about it, so... It's just unfortunate facts. That alarm thing, that flashlight, spotting you doesn't count as a spot. It's not a thing. In Dishonored 1, I think it is. Doing okay, just really tired. I slept like 12 hours today. Bloodborne about an hour ago. Damn. Bloodborne's great as well. Sadly, it does have spoilers, which make it a big monker for me. That's okay. The ROM spiders are just the reason I haven't finished it. I need to get the right animation for this. It's that one. What the fuck? Hey, come on, game. Oh my god. Dude, we have to route this in a different way. There has to be a different way. There has to be a different way. You have to knock off the bucket thing, yeah. You can't jump on it otherwise. Like, you can't leap from it otherwise. Like, it fucks you up. So you have to jump on it. I think we might not have gotten duked. Pre-duked. Duked by proxy.
Wow. Listen, I think you're the Duke's body double. You can't have Paris.
Wow, we didn't get duked 2 runs in a row. Okay, we can't throw this now because it's very... Wow, two. That's very lucky. That's super lucky. I'm counting my stars and my blessings for that. That's not normal. I would buy Uno for PC, but it's really expensive on Steam. It's like 20 euros or something ridiculous, right?
Maybe Delilah's spirit was holding it together.
I know there's a tabletop simulator has a good Uno. I like that.
Yeah, boy.
I'm sorry, Hecky, I stole that from you. I feel bad.
Yeah, boy.
Stop! You violated the law.
Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are
I think there's a free version on Windows Store. Yeah, there could be. I wouldn't be surprised.
I saw the signal.
Nice.
All right. As you want.
How dare you steal the sound that I stole from someone else? If it comes free with Xbox... Oh, I see. I mean, it's not that simple sometimes. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it's free on Windows Store. On Steam, it is like $20. For real. It's pretty expensive. Like, I like Uno. I like Monopoly as well, even though I'm really bad.
If old Samuel could see me now.
Cutting, I mean, we could cut off 40 seconds if everything is good. My PB is 405, but the best is 350, so... Now I have new strats for the witch, but we still have to go through the robot is the scary thing now. What's my summer... I can't see the summer best, sadly. Because of this. I don't know why the layout changed again. I could be having the wrong layout. That would explain it. So if I did that leap last time, we would have already PB'd. We wouldn't be doing this right now. Okay, let's try this once. No, never mind. I can't get the leap. There's dogs here and it's really scary to leap, but I figured we might just give it a shot. But nah. I guess not. That's okay. I already saved the time that I lost there trying with doing the first leap that I didn't do last time. Yeah, Monopoly's fun, but it's just, you know... A lot of people don't like it. You can do a leap here. It actually saves a lot of time to do the leap here. So remember, guys, we only need to save 2 seconds. So I'm going to try and take this calm and collective. Oh my god. I hate this. Dude. The thing with spikes is they push you backwards. That's what the game tries to do. So you jump on a spike, it knocks you backwards. Previous strat was we jumped on some spikes and turned around before we hit them, and it knocked me backwards. Yeah, we'll have to spam in order to get through that. Hello?
I can use the elevator to reach Delilah up in the
That was bad. Okay. This is the scary part here, okay? This robot. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I just slide. It killed my slide. Oh my god, why does it do that? It doesn't matter, either way.
Who's there?
Oh no. Oh shit, that's bad. Oof. I can get the leap from the thing. That's really bad. Oh well. We have a lot of time here. This could be a cult. We're on gold split pace, but as long as it doesn't take me too long to kill Delilah, it's a bit of a random. It's a bit of a guesswork on how it works. But we're on a good pace. As long as it doesn't take too long to kill her, I like that. Oof. You can't get spotted by the doggy, by the way. See you later, duck. Literally leaving before getting PB. Oof.
Wow.
So this is the world she dreams about.
Okay. Save, please. First try, please. Nope. You just can't get it first try. It's like a curse, to be honest. There we go. Nice. GG, lads.
You caused too much suffering to live, Delilah.
Not quite sub 35, but hey, I'll take it. 35-13. As long as we didn't get spotted, obviously. Nope. Doctor, she just fell. Before celebrations. Not spotted. Didn't kill anybody. This is how you do it, by the way. You go to the playthrough, and you have to show this at the end, pretty much, because the timer's already done. So this is what we have to see. So, but if you go to global, and you see that you've killed 13,900 people and you got spotted by 82,000 times, you might be in the wrong tab. There's a chance you're at the wrong tab. So go back to playthrough. Don't go to global where you have collected 2.6 million coins. Don't go there. You go to playthrough. This save has been on for 427 hours and have died 2.4 thousand times. Yeah, that's some good shit. Now we can watch the ending.
With the fall of Luca Abel, the Duke's line ended, and there was only one man suited for the Grand Palace.
Oh, that feels good. Oh god. Oh shit. Fuck this game. Fuck this run.
With distinction.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't do it if I didn't find it a bit fun, at least. But I'm happy. I'm happy about this so far. It's just a really big bummer with this run because you can get duped and that's it. It doesn't matter if you have the most of the world perfect run before that. If you get duped, the run's dead. So it's a 50-50 coin flip. Either your run does it or it doesn't. Nobody likes anything like that.
So it was that Emily the Just, Emily the Clever,
that was nice.
Destiny, ruling for decades over a mended empire.
That was like what, second finished run? Yeah, not bad.
In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the empire.
There's still so much you could improve on the routing side, and just.
He dallied with nobles, wayward artists.
It's 88th finished run.
Drinking in all that life could offer.
I mean, second run today.
Leaving Dunwall for the last time.
Second run today.
North, contented at last on a final voyage to take him home.
You really see endings here I've never seen before. Damn.
There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her.
But the 88 runs, like at least 80 of those are before leaps. Not 80, more like maybe, I don't know. A lot of them are before leaps. A lot of them. Like 50 or 60 at least. This was still a horrible run, but it's good. Finishing a run is a small accomplishment by itself. It truly is sometimes. Damn. Sometimes finishing runs can be pretty fucking hard. In this case, when it's NPNLG, it's basically like it's like an ego masturbation. It's not even about what sort of a time you get. If you manage to finish an NPNLG run, that's like you can pat yourself on the back. This is a stupid run. There is so many things can go wrong, and then there's Duke, and it's sad. So. This is. This used to be the. What was the record before leaps? This is gonna sound funny. It was like 50 minutes. I'm not kidding. The thing is, we can cut off so many things. I can check that. I can check that really quickly soon. After this done, you can see in Speedrun.com, there's actually this nice graph thing. Did you know about far reach b-hops? What do What? I mean, yeah, of course. You can b-hop without any speed as well. I mean, we knew that from day one. Like, that was very obvious. F cancel boosts for far reach b-hops were a thing too. That's why Emily was so much faster than Culver for a while. Until we got leaps, because Culver didn't have any sort of momentum things. You couldn't do anything with him. You couldn't abuse any momentum with him. The only thing you had was a blink. And that, you know, the moment, you get a huge amount of momentum and then it ends. You can't abuse that in any way. If only you could. Okay, that's enough of that.